Well, welcome to Matt's Workbench, and this is just going to be a quick video here on my recent pickup that I did. And I like to go to estate sales and garage sales, and this was this was posted on Facebook Marketplace. And from the moment I got there, I'm like, oh, should I just leave? But there were a few items there that I was really excited about, and they probably won't work. Will any of this work? I don't know. The one thing that I know that worked was this red boombox, because we plugged this in, and over Christmas time we're just kind of listening to the radio and stuff, but the tape player didn't work. Obviously the belt is toast, and my dad took that apart and then had a little trouble getting it put back together. So I don't know I don't know if all the parts are still there anymore, but it's a cool little boombox. And, if it doesn't work, it should clean up pretty nicely, and I'll just set it in my office or something like that. And then, look at some of this stuff here. Let's start over here, because this is the this is the biggest lost cause here, is this G4 tower, which I almost did not take this specifically because it's such a disaster. It's got no side panels. It's only got one handle left on it here. Does it have the front handle? Okay. Yeah, we got two handles there. But there's no RAM in it. There's no cards in it. And it was literally full of leaves. I think you can still see that it's still full of leaves. So why did I grab this? Man, I honestly don't know. There's an equally disgusting USB keyboard here, which is green. That's cool. I don't think I ever saw a green one, but look. Oh my God. Part of the adventure is going to be, will some of this stuff even work? It's so wild. But this guy here, come here. Oh no. Good. So we got a motherboard. We have what I'm guessing is the processor in there. No RAM. A fan. So it'll just be interesting to see. Look at that, a leaf stuck to the heatsink. No drives. This thing is garbage. Let's be clear. But it'd be interesting to see what cleans up and is salvageable. Obviously it's going to be like one or two pieces, but we'll have to see. This front bezel, that's in pretty good shape. Came with 150 modems. I won't spend too much time on that, but not 150, but probably 12 of various different kinds of modems. Here's some what I'm pretty sure are parallel port Ethernet adapters for 10 base T. That's incredible. And then we've got another Hayes modem down here. So with a power connector that I'm sure I'm never ever going to be able to find. It's just so much. Look at that switch though. That's a very satisfying switch. I have about 8 of these trackballs that came with it. Look at it. I've never even seen one of these before. This is an Apple personal modem. So you've got your ports down here, phone in, phone out. You've got a serial port, and then it plugs directly into, I would say, a wall, but you're not going to be able to plug that into a wall. This would have to plug into a power strip, I would think. Tons of networking stuff for Macintosh, including these disks that I'm sure are no good at all. Of the Apple Remote Access Client. Install 1, install 2. Is this? Nope, no more. Now that's the practical peripherals, which is that guy right there. Well, one of those guys. I think those are both different versions of the practical peripherals modem. Crazy. This currently has a mouse nest in the back of it, but it does have all the tubes, and so I'm sure the capacitors are shot, but even if the tubes are bad, it's not too often that you get these back plates with these old radios that tell you the tube numbers right there. Another thing that would just be interesting to see, if you can get it to work, and that'd be just a nice, stick in the garage radio or whatever. It's obviously pretty busted up, but I saw it laying there, so I grabbed it. This guy here, this does work actually, so I guess two things for sure work. I plugged this in, and all the knobs are obviously very scratchy, but I did not check the cassette player. But this is a nice, I think, wood grain digital clock radio from back in the day. So that'd be a fun project to take from this disgusting state and clean up. I did not test the Cortland TV. I have no idea if that works, but it's got VHF, UHF, and I don't think it has any AM or FM radio on there, which is, come on, Cortland. It's a bit of a short-sighted thing. Look at all these modems. This is ridiculous. All right, we'll move the disgusting keyboard. I got to wash my hands after this. I've wiped a lot of this stuff down a little bit too, but that's why I'm out here in the shop and not in the house, because this stuff is so disgusting. Let's go over here to the Videonics digital video. Oh my god, it's kind of heavy. So this, no idea what I'm going to use this for, but it's going to be fun to try to find a use. Look at that. It's clean, and it's a digital video mixer. You can do different effects on there. We got to watch this and see what that's all about. Yeah, input sources, zooms. You can put stuff. I think these letters are probably to put things. No, that's not true, because you don't have a full keyboard there. It's got to be for cutting to different scenes or something that you've created. Wipes, fades, zooms. Could we do instant replays with this? That would be kind of cool. Another very satisfying switch. I don't know if this ever got used, because it doesn't really appear, if this was sitting in a studio somewhere, I would think that it would show some wear on the keys and stuff, but this looks pretty much brand new. And look at this. It's even got a power supply. That's wild. So I grabbed it, mostly because it was clean. There wasn't too much stuff that was there that was clean. All right, let's set this guy. We'll just set him on the ground over here. Yeah. This is a computer I picked up at Citywide Garage Sale that is out here because it stinks, like literally smells bad. Another thing that's not remarkable, but I got it anyway because it was clean, is an HP keyboard. Nothing remarkable about it at all, except that in this environment it was remarkable because it was so clean. Okay, let's get over to this guy. This is one of the reasons I did make the trip. And if you open this up, inside, it is a Macintosh PowerBook 145B. And I was pretty impressed because, it looks pretty clean on the inside. The keys are not, there's no keys missing. The hinges are not broken. The only two things that are no good include it's missing the battery cover. I do have the battery itself, but it's missing the battery cover that goes on here. I don't know if that's something that can be 3D printed, maybe. And it is missing just a little tip off of here. This is the height adjustment, so if you wanted to prop it up, you could do so. But I'm not too worried about that. Make some room here. This is funny because if this is what I think it is, I actually just spent $80, almost $100 on eBay buying one of these, and there's just one laying in a pile. And this appears to be an Agile AV modulator, 550 megahertz, which you can use to generate TV signals. And if you hook this one is not as clean. And if you hook a antenna up to it, then you should be able to actually broadcast TV channels over the air at a very short distance. Let's get this out of the box. Let's see what it looks like. It's God, there's cobwebs and dead bugs in there. Ugh. Hold on. Wow, would you look at that? Yeah, this thing I don't think ever was in service. You know, typically, like the other one I had, you can pop this over and you can set the channel, and most of these are used for like internal cable systems. So if you wanted to, say in your organization, have a bunch of TVs set up, and you could run cable throughout your building, and then you could set this up to broadcast over a certain channel, and then anything that you plug into that cable system, you could tune into that channel. So you could actually have a rack full of several of these. Say you're a college or university, and you have several channels that you want to distribute across your facility. You could use this device to do that. But you can also, in today's age, hook video sources into this. And if you hook an antenna into the RF out down here, it comes with a little bridge cable there. You take your IF out and put that to your IF in, set your channel frequency, and then RF out. And if you hook an antenna to that, you can actually hook an antenna to any analog TV set and pick up whatever your video you're inputting into this device. So very interesting that I went out of my way to buy one of those on eBay, and I've just found one laying in a pile of stuff, brand new, never used before. Documentation, cables. I mean, that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. I can't I can't believe that. Oh man, serendipity. And then this Dell tower. You know, I almost didn't pick this up because I'm just barely starting to get interested in computers this old. But like it didn't have the side caved in or completely missing. It is still disgusting. Don't worry about that. But another project I'd be curious just to see. I did pop the side off of this. All the components, the RAM and everything in there, is just absolutely just vomit-worthy disgusting. But how cool would it be to clean this up, get this working, and see if we could restore something like that. It is designed for Windows XP while also Windows Vista compatible with a Pentium 4. And that looks like the artwork after Intel had already moved on to the Core series of processors. And the Pentium 4 was kind of the new Celeron at that point. Even though I think they still sold Celeron processors. Even then, I was confused by Intel's processor scheme. But yeah. And then this guy, you know, this one I think is going to be bittersweet. But, you know, you get the nice cover off, which is a good sign. Anything that was covered up was spared slightly from its environment where I found this. So a good old-fashioned Macintosh classic. And I know for sure that you know, the caps are gone on this thing. They've got to be. There's no way that they couldn't be gone. But I got real bad feelings about this guy because if you look back here and you look at these connectors, oh man, look at all that rust, all of that corrosion. I am 99% sure that the battery has exploded in this thing and that motherboard is just absolutely gone. But if nothing else, it'll be some good parts. You know, some of these parts are going to be interchangeable. Some of these parts may be able to help some other people out. So I have not plugged this in or turned it on. I just figured, no, we got to open that thing up before we find out for sure what's going to happen. In fact, maybe we could do that right now. I think I've got the tools that I need out here in the shop. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, first assessment. Boy, it did not want to come apart up here on the top. I was a little worried there at first, but first assessment. Let's see here. Let's get a light. It does not look good, but it doesn't look possibly as bad as I thought. So we've got our RAM board up here, which is out of its little housing on the side. Yeah, see, it's supposed to drop into this bracket here, and it is popped out of that bracket. So that could have just been installed incorrectly. I don't think that could have fell out on its own. The analog board doesn't look horrendous, but it's hard to tell. The drive, we've got our floppy drive down there, and we've got a hard drive, a quantum hard drive from 1989. That is surely toast. So, oh, sorry, copyright 1989. Looks like probably made in the 20th week of 91. Would that be about right? If there is any good news, this corrosion appears like it might be external. Let's see if we can focus in on that. It might be external. As far as this was in just a really crappy environment. So not that we can save that a whole lot, but it could keep the computer from, actually it could be salvaged, possibly. If we look at the back side of the board, not much to see here. Some really long years of use. Inside the case here, again, most of that rust. It doesn't seem like it's creeping the same way that, that corrosion from battery acid does. This really seems more like it was, moisture-based rust. There might be life in this. Let's see if we can get our motherboard out and take a look at that. Holy cow. This might be the wildest thing I've ever stumbled across in my life. Look at this battery. From 1991, and I don't think it's leaked at all. That's incredible. What's the date on this guy? 1991, January 91. Okay, I take that. No, I don't think that is battery acid at all. I think that's just discoloration of the plastic surrounding it. That is incredible. Let's look here. Any corrosion? I don't see anything on there. Wow. Now, I am sure that all these surface mount capacitors are toast. But this board, don't get me wrong, it's in terrible shape. I mean, you've got corrosion on all the connectors, you've got corrosion on these pins. This side of the SCSI port did not want to let go. The floppy connector looks pretty good. And you know, here we've got our, is that serial or ABD? Or ADB? That's ADB. I mean, it's a little corroded, but this might be functional. If you take a look at our RAM board, I mean, that looks like the best circuit board in the entire computer. That is crazy. This board, this computer, may have a chance. So if you want to see us tackle this thing, go ahead and let me know in the comments down there. And if there's any of the other items from the pickup that you'd like to see taken on, please let me know that in the comments too. If you like this video, give it a good old thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you can downvote it. I respect your opinion. And if you want more stuff like this with computers or ATVs or cars, I mean, we got to work on a lot of stuff, you know, here in the shop and get things back going again. So yeah, if you want to see any of these projects get started sooner than later, let me know what you're looking forward to. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.